RSPB have been working on the Lough Erne landscape for several decades, and we've been working on advisory since about 2011, and this is a team of conservation advisors, assistant conservation officers and field team advising upon around 70 farmers across Lough Erne, and that takes into consideration Upper Lough Erne and Lower Lough Erne, giving them best practice advice to help breeding waders on their land. Back in the 1980s, Inishroosk was one of the best sites in Northern Ireland for breeding waders. Unfortunately, today they've seen quite a significant decline, and we're working with farmers in the area to help reverse that decline. And some of the actions involved is giving one-to-one advice with farmers, monitoring the response to that advice, and also delivering some capital works such as scrub clearance, rush cutting, and some of the work you see here today where we've restored conifer plantation back to grassland. So being a science-based organisation, we always monitor the birds' response to habitat works. So within a recent project, we've seen an increase in waders, so much so that we now have the largest amount of breeding waders in this Lough Erne area in advisory land since 2011.
This plantation has been here for the past 25 years. It was predominantly Sitka spruce, which is a very commonly commercially grown conifer species with very little nature value, and in the middle of the largest intact area of breeding wader habitats in Lough Erne. It was a real magnet for a range of predators, including crows, foxes, ravens, you name it. They were using this as a hiding place, and during the breeding season this was a real problem for us, so we were very keen for it to be removed.
My role as machinery manager for CLMS was the management of the major groundworks. After the trees and the stumps were removed, we came in and levelled the topsoil, rotavated the soil, prepared it then for a seed bed. After that we got an specialist contractor and applied the seed, and that was basically it, finished it off with that. The last thing then was to create scrapes for the waders. Prior to all that, I should have said, we harvested the seed from a nearby site using a seed harvester. The seed was then sorted, dried and prepared for sowing again.
So since the trees were taken down in February last year, we immediately saw results, because we had a pair of lapwing and at least one pair of snipe, possibly more, choosing to nest in amongst the brash that was left. So the field wasn't fully restored at that point. There was still the trunks and the roots from the trees and a lot of brash, but that didn't seem to bother them at all. And yeah, very quickly they settled onto the site. And we know that the lapwing pair managed to fledge at least one chick. So you know, that was fantastic to see that result so early on. Beyond that, the creation of what is now hopefully going to become 10 acres of prime breeding wader habitat. Hopefully we'll see birds, including curlew, actually nesting in these fields in the years to come, and that will be a tremendous result, I think, for the project.